Recently, I turned 54. I've built billion-dollar companies, launched rockets, and watched them explode. I've risked everything and failed publicly. But the most important things I've learned, they weren't about technology or money. They were about time, energy, and clarity. And if I could sit across from you, wherever you're watching this, from Los Angeles, London, Sydney, or Tokyo, I wouldn't talk about Mars. I'd talk about you. Because if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s and above, this isn't the end. This might be the most important beginning of your life. So let me know which city you are watching this from in the comments. And while you're at it, tell me what kind of empowerment you're looking for: clarity, courage, peace, love, momentum. Let's build a global community of people who still believe the best years are within reach. If you've ever thought to yourself, I should be further along by now, I've been there. If you felt stuck, ignored, or even irrelevant, I promise that's not the end. That's the tension right before transformation. And if you lean in today, we'll shift that together. Over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share 54 of the hardest, truest, most transformational lessons I've learned, some earned through failure, others through fire. I'll share what I wish I knew at 34, what I barely survived at 44, and what finally made sense at 54. Get a notebook. One of these lessons could save you a decade, or maybe even give you one back. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Your gut is smarter than your resume. When I started SpaceX, I didn't have a degree in aerospace. Just a gut feeling that it was possible. Everyone said, you're not qualified. But qualifications don't build rockets. Conviction does. Lesson 2. Age is just a number. You're finally equipped. At 54, I know what not to do. That's more powerful than knowing what to do. I've lived enough to trust pattern recognition. Mistakes are no longer shame. They're shortcuts. Lesson 3. Doubt doesn't mean stop. It means you're close. I doubted myself before nearly every major win. Doubt shows up when you're nearing the edge of your old identity. It's a sin knot, a stop sign. Lesson 4. Your story isn't over, it's finally interesting. If everything had gone according to plan, I wouldn't have learned a thing. The plot twists make the hero. So stop erasing your mess. That's where the gold is. Lesson 5. Forgive yourself fast. The mission can't wait. There's no time to obsess over what you should have done. Fix it. Own it. Learn. Then keep building. If I'd held on to every failed idea, I'd never have made it to orbit. Lesson 6. Being misunderstood means you're doing something original. Tesla wasn't popular. Reusable rockets were ridiculed. That's how I knew we were onto something. Lesson 7. If you're scared, you're alive. Move anyway. Launching something bold always comes with fear. The trick isn't removing fear, it's acting despite it. Lesson 8. Stop negotiating with your potential. Every time you say maybe later, your future gets weaker. Say yes before you're ready. That's how I've launched everything that ever mattered. Lesson 9. Growth doesn't ask your egg, it demands your decision. I didn't know how to build a car, but I decided to. Age doesn't matter, agency does. Lesson 10. Your best work comes after the world says you're done. People told me to stop after PayPal. I'd done enough, but if I listened, there'd be no Tesla, no SpaceX. Don't stop because they're tired. Keep going because you're not. Lesson 11. Say no to stay aligned. Every yes without intention becomes a detour. Your mission is too important to be a people pleaser. Lesson 12. Peace is a better compass than pressure. If it brings deep calm, not temporary relief, it's likely the right decision. Lesson 13. If everything matters, nothing matters. Clarity doesn't come from adding, it comes from subtracting. Lesson 14. Don't chase passion, chase usefulness. I didn't wake up passionate about electric cars. I woke up wanting to solve a problem. Passion followed impact. Lesson 15. Busyness isn't progress. Subtraction is strategy. The Tesla line got faster, when we remove complexity, your life will too. Lesson 16. Reinvention isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Every leap I've made from software to space came from asking, what's next? Reinvention is a form of self-respect. Lesson 17. Be a beginner again. Every new industry required humility. When you stop needing to appear smart, you start learning fast. Lesson 18. Boredom is your soul asking for a challenge. If you're bored, you're underbuilt. Stretch yourself, demand more. Lesson 19. You're not stuck, you're just rehearsing safety. I've met engineers who stayed in roles they outgrew for 10 years. They weren't stuck, they just stopped choosing. When I left Zip2, people said I was crazy, but safety never built anything iconic. Lesson 20. Familiar doesn't mean write it, just means repeat it. We ran Tesla production with a system that almost collapsed the company. It felt familiar, but familiarity nearly destroyed our momentum. We had to rethink it from scratch and it worked. Lesson 21. Be clear, not liked. During the early Tesla days, I had to cut features the team loved. Why? Because clarity over comfort is how progress happens. Clarity wins trust in the long run. Lesson 22. Say what others only think. At SpaceX, the meeting where someone finally said, "This won't fly," saved us millions. Say the hard thing. It might be the hinge of success. Lesson 23. Lead yourself first. I've slept on the floor of the Tesla factory not to prove anything, but because I wouldn't ask others to go where I wasn't willing to go first. Leadership is example, not elevation. Lesson 24. Excellence is built on habits, not talent. I wasn't the smartest engineer at SpaceX, but I showed up, asked questions, and read physics textbooks cover to cover. Excellence is a system of daily pressure. Lesson 25. The best leaders listen more than they speak. The greatest innovation breakthroughs I've been part of, they started from a technician or intern pointing out something the boardroom missed. Lesson 26. Time is a testimony. Spend it intentionally. You can tell what someone worships by looking at their calendar. In 2018, I scheduled 5-minute blocks just to reclaim focus, because minutes matter when the mission is this big. Lesson 27. Energy is currency. Invest it, don't waste it. I don't attend most meetings. I don't read long emails. Why? Because energy, not time, is my actual limitation. Treat your energy like your legacy depends on it, because it does. Lesson 28. Rest isn't a reward, it's a requirement. I learned the hard way that burnout doesn't warn you, it ambushes you. You can't scale if your nervous system is crashing. Rest fuels rocket fuel. Lesson 29. If it drains you, redesign it or release it. At X, formerly Twitter, I stepped into a chaotic system. We removed layers of complexity and energy came back. Complexity kills morale. Simplicity scales momentum. Lesson 30. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. Multitasking feels productive, but it's a lie. I turned off notifications, banned useless meetings, and suddenly the real ideas got space to breathe. Lesson 31. Don't live by someone else's definition of realistic. Every major thing I've done, reusable rockets, EV scaling, AI co-pilots, was labeled unrealistic. That label isn't truth, it's projection. Lesson 32. Identity evolve, should you. I'm not who I was at 34, and that's the point. When I founded Neuralink, I had no medical background, but our ideas had a shot to change lives. Let identity follow curiosity. Lesson 33. You're not behind, you're just now awake. Many of my biggest moves came in my 40s and 50s. If you're watching this now, that tug you feel isn't regret. It's potential finally waking up. Lesson 34. You don't need everyone to believe, just you. Early on, I was the only one in the room who believed Mars colonization was feasible. That belief was enough to start building the math and mechanics to prove it. Lesson 35. Purpose doesn't arrive, it's built. We didn't stumble into Tesla's mission. We decided to solve energy problems and figured it out from there. Purpose is action, not inspiration. Lesson 36. Build for eternity, not applause. There are products I built that'll never trend, but they solve big, quiet problems. Your legacy won't be what goes viral. It'll be what endures. Lesson 37. The most powerful thing you'll leave is who you lifted. At Tesla and SpaceX, I've seen junior engineers turn into mission-critical leaders. Your greatest legacy isn't what you build, it's who you build up. Lesson 38. Your name is more important than your net worth. I've earned billions. But a single moment of broken trust could undo it all. Reputation is a compound asset guard. It like your future depends on it. Because it does. Lesson 39. Leave blueprints, not just memories. We documented every single decision during the Model 3 production chaos. Why? So others could avoid the same mistakes. Don't just inspire, equip. Lesson 40. What you teach others outlasts what you achieve. I've had failures that taught my teams more than any win could. Don't hide your scars. Your lessons might be someone else's launchpad. Lesson 41. Prayer realigns what pressure disorients. I don't talk about this often, but in the silence before a rocket launcher, before I had to make a painful decision, I found clarity not in noise, but in stillness. Call it prayer, meditation, or reflection. It works. Lesson 42. Pain is a mirror, it shows what matters. Losing people, losing money, being misunderstood, none of it felt good, but it all revealed what I truly valued. Pay attention to what hurts. It's pointing you to purpose. Lesson 43. Grace is strength in a softer language. I used to think speed and pressure were everything, but grace toward yourself, your team, your processes, a multiplier, especially when you're leading others. Lesson 44. Joy isn't found, it's chosen daily. When things get dark, I don't wait for joy to arrive. I choose it through gratitude, through seeing progress, through watching teams grow. Joy is strategic fuel. Lesson 45. Peace is built when you stop chasing more. For years, I believed the next milestone would calm my mind. It didn't. Peace came when I chose alignment, not acceleration. When you stop outrunning yourself, you start to lead with clarity. Lesson 46. If they drain you, limit access. I've walked away from partnerships, investors, even old friends when they became energy sinks. You can't build the future while babysitting the past. Lesson 47. Boundaries are proof you value your mission. In 2019, I turned down dozens of media deals and consulting requests because they distract from Tesla scaling. Your no is what protects your yes. Lesson 48. Your circle should grow your courage. You shouldn't feel smaller after spending time with someone. If they don't make you bolder, they're not your circle, they're your ceiling. Lesson 49. Stop shrinking to fit old dynamics. I used to dim my intensity to avoid friction, but friction is how you launch rockets. You weren't meant to be digestible, you were meant to lead. Lesson 50. The right people never need explanations. The best collaborators I've ever worked with didn't need to be convinced. They just got it. When you find that, protect it. Lesson 51. Your future won't fix what your mindset keeps breaking. More money, more time, more resources, they won't help if your thoughts are stuck. Upgrade your lens, not just your strategy. Lesson 52. Don't rush, but move. The danger isn't moving too slow. It's never moving at all. SpaceX didn't start perfect, but it started. Action adjusts anxiety. Lesson 53. Most regret is rooted in things we didn't try. I don't regret failing. I regret the ideas I paused too long, the relationships I didn't fight for, the calls I delayed. Action cures most of that. Lesson 54. You still have time, but not forever. You might be 47, 59, 66. Doesn't matter, you're not done. But don't wait. If you knew how close your breakthrough was, you'd sprint. In closing, across these 54 lessons, we've talked about clarity over chaos, about building systems that protect your focus, leading with integrity, and outgrowing environments that shrink you. We've dismantled the myth that time is your enemy and revealed that reinvention is not retreat, it's wisdom in motion. You've been reminded that courage isn't loud, it's consistent, that peace doesn't mean slowing down, it means choosing what matters, and that legacy isn't what you achieve, it's what you teach, equip, and pass forward. So if something in this message stirred you, good. That means you're not numb. You're ready. Now take the insight, the fire, the clarity, and move. Rewire a habit. Reset your boundary. Renew your commitment. You don't need permission to become who you were meant to be. You already are. Now finish building the life that proves it. Thanks for your attention to what I shared today. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more insights that I plan to share every now and then. Stay tuned.